look at a black person and say, I want to do harm. But sometimes there's these innate things that I think have been taught that, I shake someone's hand that's black and my instinct is to wipe it or something. I am very conscious of it.
Where do you find
about it.
That's crazy. First of all,
That's fucking insanity.
What a self-report.
that is the most insane thing. Will you throw me that vape real quick? I need to fucking, Jesus Christ. Welcome back to the show, folks. It's Brian Vokey here, along with my tiny producer, Tyler. Tyler, how you doing?
I'm doing
That's
good.
fantastic. Okay, we got a lot going on in the world today. It's about 98 degrees out, which is about 10 degrees cooler than it was yesterday. I was driving around Los Angeles. There's just people, homeless people, frying like ham steaks on the sidewalk. Basically, the entire city is a blacktop grill at this point. It's fucked up. And then you go over to the desert, it's all underwater. There's a lot of biblical weather happening right now. Los Angeles underwater, which I don't think anybody would really miss Los Angeles if it went away. Phoenix also underwater. Tennessee, Kentucky, just devastating floods all over the country. Over in Europe, they're on fire. There's wildfires all over the continent. Not supposed to happen. That's not a place. I mean, California is supposed to have wildfires. Europe is not. But the whole fucking continent's on fire right now. There's a genocide in the Horn of Africa that's being ignored by most people. Ukraine and Russia are at war, which side effect of that is the wheat production has stopped, which means half of Africa and India is starving because they're not getting any oil or wheat from the Ukraine. But despite all that, go to Mr. Brian Vokey on Instagram and check out my stand-up dates. I'm going to be in San Diego, Phoenix, Santa Barbara, Huntington Beach. A lot of shows around Los Angeles and some shows in the Bay Area and also Charleston, South Carolina. So that's Mr. Brian Vokey on Instagram. Go ahead and check out those stand-up dates. Tyler, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, I just came from a company picnic.
What? You work for a movie theater?
Yeah, we were having a little, they call it a crew outing. And we went and played some cornhole, some football, some soccer, a little egg toss.
It's like I already work at a movie theater. Do we have to hang out?
I understand.
No, you probably had a blast though. You probably loved
I
it.
told you I was running routes. I was I was out there like, dude, feed me the ball. Feed me the
I would be miserable when I was a teacher. By the way, this is I want to announce this is our annual back to school episode, which I'm sure you guys remember from the last 30 years of this podcast. When it comes to late August, we always like to do a back to school episode. When I was a teacher, we would have a lot of these events where it's like, just hang out. Because teachers are alcoholics, every single one of them. Did you know that?
I had never heard that before.
Oh, yeah. No, teachers are, I mean, really, like, I don't want to besmirch. I mean, they're getting enough guff. There's a whole political party dedicated to besmirching every teacher in this country. But as a former teacher myself, I will say most of them are horny, weed-addicted drunks. There's like I used to talk about this with a lot of my I talk to other teachers, and I'm like, hey, is the break room in your school, is that like the most vulgar, filthiest place you've ever been? And everybody agrees. Like the shit you hear, because like it's not natural, especially like when you teach younger kids, it's not natural to be like, oh my God, hey, you're doing so good. Like that energy you have to keep. You go into the teacher's break room and it's like fucking 9 Gigi Allens in there because they just gotta there's like shit on the walls, there's blood, people are just fucking running trains. It's like, it's gnarly because it's not normal to be like that. And then every now and then you have that one teacher who is like that all the time. They're just that sweet of a person and nobody likes them. But like when I was a teacher, I taught preschool in San Francisco, and back to school was always a rough time because our school started with 2 years, 9 months. That was the earliest you could go to that school, but you had to prove you were potty trained. But there was no real proof. It's not like shit. It's not shit or you can't come to this school. I want to see you wipe that ass. No, there is like a little bit of a honesty policy there, and every parent would just lie because they just. Specifically, like these are wealthy people from San Francisco. They they never want to be around their kid. They can't get them away from them as fast as possible. You know what I mean? These are like Burning Man parents. Like they're like wannabe children themselves. They like have like blue hair and they're like coming in all hemp, loose-fitting clothing, hitting on all the male teachers. Like,
That sounds awesome.
dude, like, there's like, you know, a parent-teacher conference. They would try to get it into a threesome because they're like all dirty, techie, scumbag rich people from San Francisco. But like, so these like back to school, man. If you taught, I taught TK, which was 4 or 5, like right before people who were born at a weird time, so they have to do one more year before they can go to kindergarten because of the age cutoffs. So, but the 2-year 9-month class is just, I mean, you're just dealing with shitty drawers for the first month and separation anxiety. They've never been away from mostly their nannies. Their parents, they haven't been away from their nannies for this long before. So there's just crying and shitting and like they don't have any of the basic skills it takes to be at a school, and that is the job. Like I mean, that's what you signed up for. It's a 2-year-old kid who's not even 3, so you can't really bitch about it. But there's a lot of nausea too, I think, because of anxiety's up. So there's a lot of throwing up, and there's just biting and pulling hair, just like they don't know, just impulse control issues. It's chaotic. I really don't. The back to school for me, I don't remember being in school as a kid. Like all I remember is that I always had to take a big shit, and I would always, because I was like nervous, you know what I mean? Yeah. So like right before the bus would come, I would miss the bus because I would be taking a huge fucking dump because I was so nervous. But that's all back to school really means to me is just shit. Just either cleaning up somebody else's shit or the big shit I was taking before school started.
You've just been dropping loads for decades.
Oh, dude. I mean, like, still to this day, but right before I go on stage, if I have to do a high-pressure set, I have to take a big shit, which sucks because, like, sometimes, like, you're doing a show, like I did a Don't Tell show. I wasn't that nervous for that, but I had taken my magnesium supplement, which really, man, that makes me drop some serious heat. So, and that's a house. It's like a nice house in Silver Lake. And it's like all these 22-year-olds who are like there to see comedy, and they're all like young and beautiful. And I just fucking take a 37-year-old man shit in the one bathroom everybody has to use. And it's not a public bathroom, so they rarely ever have like a thing you can spray. Yeah. So like it's just like I'm coming out of the bathroom, like I'm pulling my pants up like an old man, you know what I mean? And it smells like devastation in there, and everybody's like pinching their nose. They walk, and then I got to come out and be like, "Hey, so who's drinking?" You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I hate. That's my least favorite thing about the house show. I need a private bathroom because I generally shit before every set. I kind of shit before I do anything, honestly. Like, I don't know. My stomach, my anxiety is attached directly to my stomach. And these people, like, I imagine they've never smelled the shit. Like, the kind of shits I take are like how the bathroom smelled at the beach. You know?
Yes, you're the guy.
Yeah, I'm the guy.
You're the guy that ruined everything good.
No. I'm taking those shits that, like, the truck stop shits, the beach shits. That's the kind of shits I'm taking in these nice houses.
When you lean forward too much and it gets on the wall somehow.
I mean,
'Cause you're explosive.
Yeah, my girlfriend has made reference to Jackson Pollock when talking about the toilet. Sometimes she'll go to the bathroom and she'll come out and she'll be like, "You need to scrub that toilet." You
don't keep a brush by the.
I do, but sometimes I forget.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's going on back there. I'm completely out of touch. Like, I don't know. Have you ever like, have you ever taken a huge dump and then just been shocked at, like, it didn't look like what it felt like?
Yeah.
You're like, damn, I wouldn't expect that to be solid.
Yeah, that happened to me like 2 days ago.
Yeah, where you're like, oh, this is going to be a mess. And I look at it, and it just looks like how healthy shit. And you're like, God, it didn't feel like that.
Yeah, just a lot of air around it.
Yeah. It felt like I had thrown like packing peanuts in front of an industrial fan. Yeah, I felt like when I was a teacher for preschool, I felt like every year you should be able to get rid of one kid.
Yeah.
I know that sounds like a hacky bit, but the amount of lives, you can identify people pretty early. You know, a lot of that personality is encoded in you, and there's nothing you can do. There's no matter how much socialization. Like, I talked to my friend Jackson Banks, and he speaks so surgically about women and sex.
Yeah.
And I tell him all the time, like, he'll be like, I had an encounter with a female with enhanced breasts, or something like that. And I'll be like, dog, you're around people. Listen to how they talk and just mimic. Just just kill that urge to be so fucking like surgical with the way you talk, like this Captain Kirk way of describing everything. Like get rid of that and just listen to how other people talk. So just so you don't creep people out. You can still be that guy on the inside.
Yeah.
But just, you know, but some people, they just, you see it early on. You're like, this person's going to kill people and we should just nip it in the butt right away. Or this person's going to be a cult leader or a fucking MLM he's going to start like a pyramid scheme, because every year there'd be like a kid that it was always a boy. Well, you know, I assume, but it would be a boy, who like, it's like a scent he has or a pheromone where girls would just start following him around and chanting his name. It happened all the time. Mm-hmm. And there would just be a trail of these mansonettes following a boy. And like, I saw this on multiple occasions. More than one kid would they would always make the girls do weird shit for them. Like this one kid, he would make the girls take the plastic baby dolls and put them in the kitchen oven, the toy oven. Yeah. And he would like make the girls cook the babies for him. I feel like we've seen enough. I mean, let's just kill that kid. How many fucking bodies does he need to fucking bury?
You're at a parent-teacher conference, like, your son is twisted.
Yeah. Well, you'd have to, like, the way you talk to the parents, there's no more defensive person in the world than a parent of a child, especially a shitty parent. That is the most defensive. And most rich people are shitty parents. They don't even know their kids. They spend all this money to never have to know their kids. Yeah. It's all just nannies. I mean, I always thought it should be nanny-teacher conferences than parent-teacher conferences, because it's like, this is insane. This would be like me talking to the CEO of the movie theater you work at about the job you're doing. Yeah. It's like, they're never going to see you. I understand that they're funding all of this, but they don't need to know how you're doing. Yeah. You know? Like, so I would be talking to the parents, and you'd have to do a compliment sandwich, you know, where you put the truth in the middle and you do compliments as buns. Yeah. You could be like, your son, he's very charismatic. People seem to like really be drawn to him. I am worried he might use that power for evil, but if we could redirect it somewhere, I think that maybe if we could find a creative outlet that isn't destructive, I think he could have a real chance at success. Really what I'm saying is, you've got a fucked up kid. Maybe you should just get rid of him. Yeah. Maybe just go to the Grand Canyon, you know, kick him off the ledge.
Dude.
I don't know what else to do. I mean, we see what's going on with children. There's a lot of violent children out there right now, or violent young adults. I don't know. I think there should be.
Who can criticize you for coming up with a solution? You're trying.
You're like Hitler's yes man? Yeah. How many other people have a solution to this problem? Everybody else is acting like it's not even a real problem. He's the only one trying to solve this problem. No, I don't advocate for the murder of children unless they stink. No.
You mean like smell?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of kids do just stink. Like, they're just like, ugh, you stink.
Especially when they hit puberty and they don't use deodorant.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. What was your feeling before school started? Like the first day back to school, were you nervous or were you stoked? I could see you being stoked.
I was always stoked.
Yeah, I knew you were.
Because you know I like broing down, dude.
Yeah, you missed everybody.
I was like, what's up with Jacob?
Yeah, dude, I was nervous. I was an invisible shy. Actually, honestly, I probably am like, if I were my own student, I probably would be like, we should kill this one. Like I was
gonna say, you kind of described our entire friend circle.
Yeah, that is okay. Well, there it goes. Swiss cheese in my argument. But I was a weird, shy kid. Nobody really knew I was around. I didn't really exist. For a long time, I had two friends. I had Mike, who was on his own from the beginning. Like, I would go hang out at his house, and he just had this grandmother who was just, like, she was probably, like, 59 or 60, but in my mind, she was, like, 150.
Yeah.
She had no teeth. She was always in a fucking nightgown, smoking on the porch, just just hawking loogies everywhere. And that was like kind of the only adult that was really around the house. She had her oxygen tank on. She would leave it inside to go smoke and then put her oxygen tank back on. And Mike was like, he'd be like, "Are you hungry?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he would do shit like he would put like 12 eggs in a big styrofoam cup and then microwave it and then pour ketchup in it and just mix it up, and then he would split that with me. Oh. This kid was on his own. And he was like one of my only friends. And then I had this other friend, John Ho, who had like video games. So we played video games together, and he was like, he was American as fuck, but his family was Chinese as all hell. And like, and which was awesome. I'd never smelled those smells before. I had like never tasted food like that before.
Yeah.
And I remember like one of the first times I went over to John Ho's house, my mom was like, did they like cook on the floor? Which sounds racist, but they did. It sounds totally racist, but they didn't cook on the floor. They prepped on the floor.
Yeah.
All the chopping and everything that all the grandmother would just do that in that squat, that like, you know how like, I think there's like, I don't know if this is true, but I feel like I've heard that like the hip structure is evolved differently for like certain, like an Asian, like that Asian squat.
I don't know if that's true, but I live I work in a Chinese neighborhood, and everyone squats and smokes around.
Yeah, that squatting I think is like, I think our Western like fat like sofa hips can't do it like they can do it. Like it's uncomfortable for us. It's like work. You know what I mean? When you're sitting like a catcher or whatever. But I think there's like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. You don't want to ever talk about racial evolution. It's just, I don't even mean racial. I mean geographical evolution is really what I mean. But anyway, but they would all be squatting down like that, chopping. But John would be in like Jinkos, like playing N64. Like John was not, he couldn't have wanted less to do. He was like embarrassed by it. I thought it was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are like my only two friends for years, and I saw them in the summer, so there was no reason to go back to school. It was like, oh, time to get ignored by girls again.
Man, I was obsessed with girls in elementary school.
Yeah,
I was all about it. I always had like a girlfriend.
I had this girl in kindergarten that was in my class. She like, I think she like, you know when kids lose their teeth too early, so they like they get knocked out or something.
That was me.
Yeah,
that's why my teeth are fucked up now. A door hit my face when I was 1, and all my teeth, my front teeth, rotted out, and they had to pull them out, and then they didn't grow back until like 2nd grade.
Yeah, so that's what happened to this girl Lindsay. She just had like no teeth the whole year. She had like no teeth. And she always wore an oversized Guns N' Roses shirt that one of her parents gave her or whatever. So she's in this, she could probably sell it for $1,000 in LA right now, that shirt. But she was in this oversized, she was dressed like Billie Eilish. She was like this giant Guns N' Roses shirt with no teeth. And she used to chase me around and kiss me. And it made me so uncomfortable, dude. So uncomfortable.
Sounds so cute.
Ugh. It was rape.
You do not have consent.
Right.
You think little kids know about consent now? Because it's always talked about.
Probably with these groomer teachers.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
The groomer teacher.
Oh, it's like that's like the big agenda, right? With like the right hates public education. They hate the fact that there are public schools. They don't because they're like James Madison constitutional originalists or whatever, and they don't think that because public education wasn't mentioned in the Constitution, then we shouldn't have to pay for it. And I feel like that's like the agenda is to like where they're like trying to convince you that every teacher is like trans and gay and trying to fuck your kids and make your kids trans and gay and like
CRT.
like teach them that, you know, that they don't know what CRT is because I'm pretty sure it's like from what I understand, critical race theory is like a college level.
It's a college level course.
Yeah, which deals with like systemic racism as far as like architecture and like where like certain races were confined in neighborhoods. Like in West Oakland, for example, they call it Cancer Corner because there was a railroad depot or whatever you call that, and then there was a sewage treatment facility, and there was a port, and there was which had all the trucks, and then there was a freeway, and it created this cancer corridor where it was just all this toxic, and that's where all the black people at first were allowed to live. And I think that's what critical race theory is a study of that kind of stuff, like redlining, things like that, provable systemic racism, whatever.
Racism,
So I think but they think it's like not reading Huck Finn or something is CRT. I think.
Was Eli Weasel? What was
That's
his name?
Knight.
Was he alive when I went to school?
Yes.
Okay, I think he might have came to my school and gave a speech.
He got me too'd.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He got me too'd, dude.
No way, dude.
Look it up. Eli Wiesel. Me too. If you don't know who Eli Wiesel is, he was a Holocaust survivor who wrote, I believe the book is called Night, right?
I think so.
It's that book gave me nightmares. I read that in school. Holy shit, that's a heavy book. Him and his father, his whole family gets wiped out in the Holocaust, but him and his father survived to the very end. And at the very end of the book, they're fleeing the Auschwitz or wherever they're locked up. They're away. It's over. They're being liberated, and the father dies as they're fleeing. This isn't good comedy stuff.
No. But he did get me too.
He did?
He squeezed some teenage butt cheeks.
He squeezed teenage. Listen, if you survive Auschwitz, you get a squeeze every now and then.
Yeah, just one.
That's fine. We got to really take it easy on like, that's like that whole Roman Polanski thing I talk about where it's like he lost his whole family in the Holocaust, then he lost his second family to the Manson people. It's like, I know he did some unsavory things, but what do you expect from the guy? Like, I mean, he's got to be a full-blown nihilist at this point. He can't have any like moral barometer.
Yeah.
Two families fucking wiped out. What are we doing? What do we expect? That guy should have a different set of laws, or at least expectations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like. And we're back.
And we're back.
All right, that was Jimi Hendrix. All watched out.
We're just playing.
Bum 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 bum, bum 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 bum. I'm doing. What is that guy? Good Morning Vietnam. This is all this blue is gonna be blue screened out. Okay. I'm gonna make it look like camo net.
Yeah, like a jungle.
Yeah, it's gonna be like jungle camo net. Good morning, Boyle Heights.
That was Tyler singing Fire by Jimi Hendrix.
How do you say good morning in Spanish?
I think you just say buenos dias. Buenos dias.
There's got to be a word for morning.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
That seems like one of the first words you write.
That was so embarrassing when we were talking to Chris Estrada the other day, and he's like, yeah, I love the podcast, but every time they ask you a Spanish word and you don't know, it drives me fucking crazy.
Yeah. You'll never be on Hulu's This Fool.
Yeah. So you speak Spanish, though?
No, I used to, like, know a little bit, and then we had, like, a slang that was very, like, English and Spanish mixed together.
Okay.
And
Some people call it Spanglish.
Yeah, I think I've heard
It's an Adam Sandler movie.
Tex-Mex, I think I heard.
Yeah.
Isn't that an Adam Sandler movie?
Yeah.
Spanglish?
Yeah, it is. It's one of those, like, lost in the ether, terrible Adam Sandler movies. So you're like, I think I remember seeing this.
He did it right. He opened strong and he's closing strong.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and he just had a
And he
middle.
has this middle of just fucking movies that you've never actually heard of but seen also in the back of your head.
I'm a time-traveling shoemaker.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I think about it, it's like, I have seen Click.
Yeah.
Why the fuck have I seen Click?
Yeah, 1,000 First Dates.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a ton of them, dude. They all suck.
My grandma, like, bawled at the end of Click. I remember watching her cry. I was like, Jesus Christ. I've only seen you cry at this and 9/11.
Adam Sandler really playing the heartstrings with Click.
Yeah, people's abuelitas.
It's like the end of Coco.
I never saw Coco.
Oh my God, dude.
bawling.
Dude, me too. I was beside myself crying for the last
Really?
like 15 minutes.
What's
dude.
it about?
It's fucking crazy.
Oh, dude, it's about. It's kind of hard to explain.
Is it
but-
an animal movie?
No,
No.
it's a Day of the Dead movie.
Yeah.
Oh, Dios de los Muertos.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that, but I know.
Yeah,
flew
that
it.
means Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
Oh, Roger.
Wait, Dio is day.
No,
We're
Dio
close
is
to morning.
Isn't Dio God? Dia. is
Dia.
God. Like
I don't
vaya
know.
con Dios. Dios, God. Go with God.
I don't know.
That's from Point Break, right? You're Spanish.
I'm pretty
as
sure
all.
it's from Spanish.
No, but the way you said
No,
it.
it's from country music is really where I learned it. Where there'll be a country song with like they'll be like singing about the Mexican rodeo, and they'll be like Vaya con Dios.
Vaya con Dios, my love.
Yeah. I haven't seen Point Break either. There's a lot of holes in my whatever you want to call
Yeah,
that.
I've never seen Point Break either.
But you grew up in Point Break.
Yeah, we just in the bank robbing part. Never surfed a day in my life, but
Willie's from
robbed a lot of
Hawaii.
banks. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
why,
said that to
that's
the
why
camera.
that joke works.
He grew up in Point Break because he's from Hawaii, where there's a lot of surfing CIA agents, right? Is it about surfing CIA agents?
FBI.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was surfing bank robbers.
Well, that's
There's
who they're
also
hunting.
surfing bank
The main
robbers.
character is an FBI agent who has to learn to surf to get in with the surfing bank robbers.
It's like Donnie Brasco.
With surfing.
Yeah, it's like Donnie Brasco for surfing.
Yeah,
Have you ever
Kelly
seen-
Brasco, dude. I'm fucking Kelly Brasco, dog. What's good? We're getting pitted. Take it easy.
Is it a true story?
No.
Did that really happen?
You like to ever throw out sentences just to see how stupid your friends think you are? No, Brian. Point Break is not
That's not a real.
a true story.
I know you do that, and I live in fear of it constantly. I'm like, is he fucking with me right now?
You're watching fucking Transformers. Like, did this really happen? I
Yeah.
don't remember this. I feel like I would have heard of this.
Is this what Tucker Carlson's all bent out of shape about?
I don't know. I was born in '95. Dude.
Yeah,
It could have been older. I don't know.
I have no idea. I don't
Might have happened in
understand.
'90. But I don't know.
All right, so this half of the show we like to like Tyler curates. Tyler is so plugged in. What is there? What's the?
I would say I'm extremely online.
Oh yeah, that was Nick Mullen's handle for a long time. Extremely online guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
kind of the phrase now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that was like 7 years ago. That was his handle.
Oh, I know that, but I'm saying now it's in the.
Oh
Now
right.
it's part of the
Yeah.
zeitgeist.
So yeah,
I like saying words I don't mean or I don't know, like a zeitgeist.
Zeit means time. Geist, I don't know. What
I think
that
it means like of the time.
of the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a very controversial stand-up bit that almost turned into a riot that was written about in a German newspaper called Die Zeitung, which means the Times.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What was the bit? I totally interrupted the video, but I didn't know the bit now.
The bit was about I just redid Mudbone in German.
Like he's starting a fucking world war.
Yeah, I couldn't even do any of it in German. The polar
Populist
bear with the
comedian
tiny
Brian
feet.
Vokey.
Anyway, this part of the show, Tyler, what happens is, I didn't set this up in the first episode, but the reason why the show's broken up into two segments, I just sounded like I was from Philly.
Yeah, like
This show is broken into two. Ugh.
no, that's Baltimore.
Same, Philly's the same, they have a similar accent. That's very close.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I Philly guys always
You
sound
know
like,
that from Bam Margera? Is that why you knew that?
yeah,
Yeah.
and The Wire
Do they talk like that on The Wire?
a little bit, not a
Oh
lot.
my God, you're under arrest.
Tap his phone.
The phones are tapped. They're totally tapped.
Watch that corner.
There's a microphone in my wooder. This part of the show, Tyler always sends videos to a couple group chats that we're in, and nobody responds to them. And he gets mad. Like, he'll have like legit breakdowns about, like, I feel like you guys don't respect me. I feel like
I'm contributing a lot, and it's not being recognized.
yeah. Yeah, you're like a fullback.
Oh hell yeah! Make it about football. I don't feel bad.
But
A lot of first down. It's a lot of first downs, not a lot of yards, but it's the yards that matter. you
hey,
know?
if he doesn't pick that safety up, there's no game. You know what I mean? That quarterback's broken in half.
I love having a short run, and I would always be like, dude, 4 yards every play. That's a first down.
Yeah, that's what you want. That's all you can ask for.
So I didn't. It's not like I'm gonna watch these videos on my own time. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I was like, if Tyler's gonna be sending all these insane videos that. The cameras need to be on, mics need to be on, and I need to make content out of watching it. So
Yeah.
that's Tyler found. Today we're doing a special episode with Willie Simon, Hawaii Zone.
Thanks.
You're from Hawaii, right? The island Hawaii.
Yeah, no, Maui.
Oh, you're
that
from
island.
Maui.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. That one we just called the Big Island too. So it's
Maui's the Big Island.
No, the Hawaii Island is the Big Island.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
kind of makes us all sound really stupid, but it's the best way to describe. Because like instead of being, it's Hawaii the island, not Hawaii the state.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
very long. You're like, the big one.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
there's two Zachs. Bruce Gray has two Zachs in his life, and there's Big Zach and Little Zach, and that's based on wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Big Zach has more money than Little Zach.
It changes every couple of years.
No, it will never change.
One day it will change.
Oh yeah, I guess Little Zach's dad will die, and then he'll pass him.
One
Yeah,
day
that's true.
It will
I'm
super
Big
hurt.
Zach now.
Yeah. So today we're doing a special episode with Willie where we're gonna watch one. Did you break it up, or are we just gonna watch one episode?
No, we're just gonna watch one whole episode.
So there's a show, and normally I've never seen the videos Tyler pulls up, but I have watched this show, and it's fine. You can watch it 1,000 times, and you'll never run out of shit to say. So, have you ever heard of a show called Black and White?
No, Tyler, you told me about this at the Improv the other night. You're like, have you seen this? And I was like, no. And he's like, okay, don't watch it because it's fucking
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. It's dude. Even if you'd watched it, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
It's like this will be the third time we had it. We were playing it on the. Let me set it up first. This is a show that was produced by Ice Cube. Is he a creator too?
No, I'm not sure. But usually producers are a lot of times the creators.
Yeah. So Ice Cube produced this show. What channel was it on?
FX.
It was on FX when FX first started.
Yeah.
Before FX before Louis was a whole different beast.
Just Spike TV.
Yeah, then Louis came on, and then all of a sudden they had a great lineup of shows.
Yeah.
Then that's when like the Zach Galifianakis show started, and then Better Things or whatever was really good.
They had It's Always Sunny for a long time, FX.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, so they were before Louis.
Yeah, I think they kinda kicked
They're
that
like they've been around since like the 70s. They're like, dude, they look insane. They're like full of plastic surgery and shit now, and it's like they should have made D. They should have made that a bit for D.
Yeah.
D, the character should have been gotten, but it's like it seems like not of their style to not acknowledge that D has like a facelift and like
No, totally. And it is very funny. Like, even Mac looks like he's kind of like airbrushed now. and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
Like, this isn't the same trashy Philly guys. He's
Yeah,
like,
he
these
looks-
guys look very LA all of a sudden.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, they have like wrestler tans.
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like that fucking, like the husbands of the housewives and shit. You know? You're like, what the? Is this guy wearing makeup?
So this show,
Philly?
the show we're talking about is called Black and White, and the premise of the show is that a family of upper middle class to rich, I don't know, it depends. Tyler would call them rich, I'd probably call them upper middle class. Tyler's like, they have stairs, they're the 1%.
Yeah. Vokey's Big Zach in this.
Yeah, exactly. There's no screen doors on this house, no bars on the window, no dog fights in the backyard, no domestic spats in the front yard.
Yeah. He has dogs, but they're small, so it's
Yeah.
rich people stuff.
So they decide to don blackface,
Oh my God.
the whole family,
Wow.
and they immerse themselves amongst the black community of Pasadena. I believe
Vaguely, they're in Pasadena a little bit, but it's
Pretty white black community as far as as far as neighborhoods.
Yeah,
go.
they didn't go to Compton.
Yeah, this is. I think it's mostly Asians in Pasadena.
Yeah.
The premise is that there's two families. There's the white family and there's a black family, and they swap races while living in a house together. So the black family is in whiteface the whole time,
Okay.
and the white family is in blackface.
Is it like good blackface? I can't believe
I'll
I'm
tell
asking
you
that
right
question.
now.
Is it-
Fun little fact: if you go on IMDb and you look up the makeup artists from Black White, they are now winning awards for Marvel movies.
Wow.
I
Started. Yeah. How'd you get your start? Well, mostly blackface.
but I'll tell you this.
Yeah, a lot of blackface. Then I got into
The blackface
photography.
makes them look like Eritrean or like Ethiopian, like Horn of Africa.
Okay.
Like when you see it, like do you know what I'm talking about? Like yeah. Like the green-eyed area of Africa, where like and like so when I'm watching, I'm like, these dudes just look Egyptian to me or something. Like they don't look black to me like that. You know what I mean? But so what episode are we? We're going through one episode, you said?
Yeah, we're gonna watch the first episode.
The pilot.
The first episode's perfect.
All right, so we're gonna spend some time with black and white. I feel like we're gonna get 5 minutes of footage, and it's gonna take us an hour to break that down. We're not gonna get very far into this show.
Should we give a trigger warning?
What?
Should we give a little trigger warning to the audience, or should we beep? There's gonna be white people in blackface dropping the N-bomb with a hard R.
Oh my God.
I mean, how do you not expect that? We said FX, we said early 2000s, we said blackface.
Yeah.
Hey, just no. I mean, here's your trigger warning. This was all fucking bankrolled by Ice Cube. What more do you need?
And what's great is on Twitter, Ice Cube still defends the show and thinks it's like really good.
That's great.
It's awesome.
That's fucking standing by your work, dude. I'm proud of that.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's got a pretty unfuckwithable resume with Friday.
Yeah.
And Black and White. And Friday 2 and Friday 3. But
today I didn't have to go blackface. I got to say it was a good day.
There's one point in this show, we'll get into it. It's not in this episode where the girl, the daughter in blackface, is crying, or like she's like sad. Oh, they will show it
in the beginning of the pilot. They kind of show you a montage.
Oh, well, then I won't give that away.
Okay.
Then, all right, let's just get into it. I don't think they need a trigger warning for this.
Yeah, if you're seeking out this show, you're fucking probably pretty good with triggers.
Oh man.
All right, here we go.
My name is Bruno, and I became a black person.
Okay. Okay.
No one knew that I was actually black when I had my black.
That's very Chappelle, Chuck Taylor.
This is like a Chappelle show
My
sketch.
family and a black family got together in a house in the valley in LA. And
On
we
the
decided
valley,
to swap
okay.
races.
Wow.
Would go into
That's
makeup
never.
and
She's my
become
favorite.
the opposite race. We became black.
Oh
we
my
became
God.
white.
She
And
looks
we
like
moved in
a
together.
poet laureate.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like, you know, we're going to see them for a little party, get together, and they go their way and we go our way. No, at night, we all live under the same roof.
They nailed it with her.
Just made me
They called her
aware
Becky.
of
Yeah,
my
dude, that's fucking
I'm a
great.
pioneer in this. because
Why'd
I
they give
saw
them
this
braces?
never-
Why are they measuring their skulls?
Changing color to see what it would be like. It was completely
That's-
This is for a
transformative.
TV show,
We got
right?
Jobs.
To imply they're white middle class, they get
We would go out
fake
together
braces
and
put
see
on.
We were undercover. We had hidden cameras. We were sneaking around. Hello. We did it all.
Wow. They're showing them going nuts at black church
One of
in
them catches, like,
blackface.
the Holy Ghost.
From Santa Monica.
Gotta be like, dude, take it easy.
Really poke into the issue of race and see if any flames would emerge.
My mindset in
Here we
life,
go.
I get from my father. As an
Always
immigrant,
bad.
Came to
Okay.
this country starting from scratch and demonstrated that you get what you want by working extremely hard.
By doing blackface.
played this game
Yeah.
I don't know how to play.
You get what you
Curious to
want
see how the world would
by being in the
react
mafia
to no shot.
and exploiting your own Italian people
We are the
for
Sparks
2%
family.
interest for
Just a typical
security
black
from
family from
you.
Atlanta.
White family here, Vietnamese here, white here, Mexican here. Very diverse, but just like the UN, baby. Growing up in Michigan as light-skinned, green eyes, big afro back in the early 70s, it was tough.
I had to fight the darker skinned blacks because I was too light. And then I had to fight the whites because I was too dark. So I had racism from both sides. Being white felt different. Wow. Very different.
I was raised in
He all of a sudden had a golf swing. He put on white face and he
I'm a scratch golfer.
I suffered by putting on another skin. I wanted to have a sense.
Oh my God.
I was raised by two hardworking parents who taught me to not use race as an excuse.
You, as an adult, should know that you just don't call a woman a bitch.
I didn't know that. I really didn't know what that was, but
Was she like, bitch?
Yeah,
was she doing it
exactly.
like that?
Yeah, she was doing like a, You know, like
Yeah.
in blackface, doing the black voice too.
Yeah,
Bitch, please. They're like, we're in the home. It's just us here. You don't have to talk like
Yeah,
this.
why are you still wearing the makeup? I don't know. I just kind of like it.
I kind of like it.
It's my wife's idea.
Is there handprints all over the house? Like on everything they touch? Like somebody got into the Nutella jar. It's just handprints everywhere. What did they give? I didn't catch their names. What is the black mom's name? The white woman in blackface when they changed her name. Do you remember? Because they made the black girl when she was white, she was Becky.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, they gave them names.
You get Precious.
Beyonce. It's just Beyonce.
If you're wondering, Bruno is like one of the best TV characters of all time.
Okay.
He's essentially like Michael Scott if he watched a ton of Ben Shapiro.
Awesome.
He's gonna put on blackface to prove that racism doesn't exist. That's kind of the main plot of the show.
Okay. Right. And his mind was made up before the cameras hit record that there is no racism.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just doing this this is just to prove my point, not to fucking do
Learn.
anything else.
Yeah, I'm not here to learn.
Yeah, I'm here to grow.
Yeah.
I'm here to teach you.
Shit. I mean, I like it, but it's not something I would wear.
I would love to sit here and say that everything was just great, but it wasn't.
Oh, you have lost your damn mind. You can't act black.
I'm kind of waiting for somebody to go, hey, nigger.
But it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
You know, that word was still, like dynamite.
At least wait until the makeup's on.
I don't want to.
He had no clue.
Words.
You want to sit on the little lily white pedestal and say shit is not happening in the world, and that's bullshit.
Bruno, don't piss me off. What happened between Bruno and myself was really challenging. You have these judgments that I think you have no right to have. I knew we had differences going into the project. I didn't know how great.
Bruno's dressing like Bill Cosby.
What are you going to do about it?
I know, he really is.
We did something no one else has ever done.
I don't like being made up.
And none of us will be the same again.
She's probably has the hardest time with this.
Yeah.
Please don't believe the hype. Everything in the world
Hell
ain't
yeah.
black and white. Everybody ain't a stereotype. Just because I look wrong, I'm about to do right. Black as midnight or bright as Snow White. You better do me right on my.
Did he write this song for the show?
Oh yeah.
It also feels like he was like he was on in between errands.
Yeah.
And they just had like a Zoom recorder and he just did it like off the top of his head real quick.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
There's no thought put into this.
I need a theme song. Black versus white. We're all right. All right. Send it in.
Go fly a kite.
Yeah.
If you want to find that song, it's called Race Car.
Wait, why is he parked in a handicap spot?
My name is Rose. I'm 17
Is
years
that,
old.
was he just leaving the set of a show where he's in a wheelchair for a month? I've decided to live my life as a black quadriplegic for the parking.
He just doesn't get it. He's like, black people can park in the handicap
My name is
spots, right? I'm like, no, you can't. What are you talking about?
Spray painted. I'm turning black gradually.
I'm Brian. I'm 40, and I'm going to become a white man. I'm still amazed at all these colors make me white. I see browns and blues and greens and reds, but the finished product, I look like a white guy.
I'm Nick, and I'm 16, and I'm going to be transformed into a white dude.
He's going to sound like Marky Mark.
Was that
him in the Calvin Klein commercial?
Yeah. See what it's like
To be white. I've never experienced what it's like to be treated black. I don't know what that means or entails. The
That'd be weird if she did.
I know. I know exactly. I don't need to pay.
No, I totally know what it's like.
Just how it feels to go out in the world looking black.
In my opinion, it's looking pretty good.
This is seriously a Chappelle Show sketch.
This really is, dude.
It's the same era, too.
Yeah.
Wait, why is he changing his
I look
teeth?
up in the mirror and I'm
That
like,
seems that might be the most racist thing I've seen in this show. He's turning into a black guy and they change his teeth.
Get off the ground, leap, and slam dunk.
What the fuck is that? Are they putting like
There's
a
no doubt
Patrice
about it.
O'Neal space in the front
Black
two
is,
teeth?
You know, physically, hands down. They're faster, they leap higher. They're just awesome, awesome athletes.
I'm finished. Yes,
He
I
is
do like
excruciating.
A white. Totally.
This guy's terrible.
Yeah, I think I'll break out the sticks, play a little golf.
Break out the sticks.
Yeah, whiten it up more.
I've been trying to imagine what it's gonna look
Not
like.
white enough.
Renee and Nick for the first time white.
Wow. You look
They hate it.
They're like, you look terrible.
Yeah, I have never been less attracted to you.
Why are you laughing at me? I should be laughing at you.
That pause they took, they were repulsed.
Oh my God, you're fucking awful.
That's more illuminating about race relations than anything else in the show is that the white family's like, hell yeah, I look good as fuck. And the black people are like,
I mean, he was anything like a guy I would be attracted to.
Yeah.
Come on, white girl.
I don't want to.
Come on, white girl.
Just
Now this part. Watch this part. This next part.
I know.
Oh my God, that is so strange. Oh my God, Bruno. It's nice.
They put on
I
like
love
funk
black.
music.
I mean, visually and somehow heart-wise, there's a warmth.
I love black.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love black.
They're warmer people. They have a higher body temperature. What is she saying? They just start fucking. Those reactions couldn't have been any different.
This woman, beautiful.
Okay, so when do we get to see Nick?
Did they make his
I'm
cock
really
bigger?
curious.
Yeah. How does that work?
Did they make his cock huge?
Is he allowed to touch her hair?
Wow. Big. Wow.
Wow, they nailed it with him.
Sexy. Is that what you said? Oh my God.
That'd be so funny if we found out,
Look at
like,
those shoes.
there was a white comedian in LA who was actually a black guy.
It's Bill Burr.
Holy shit, it's just makeup.
Pimples and everything.
No, he already
Why would he do that?
Oh my God, that was psychotic. What did she think he was gonna beat her?
Beautiful. Amazing job. You totally look like
Her father went to hug her in blackface and she ran like she was about to be beaten and
No,
robbed.
would you recognize me?
No.
On the street?
No.
Amazing.
Hi, Rose. You look great. Let me see your hair. It's beautiful.
Yeah?
We look like twins, huh?
Today was like the experimental day. It was the yay or nay. Will this work?
I'm very confident.
She's putting a lot of more stink into
I know,
her
yeah,
head
she was
movements.
doing that. I
Yeah,
noticed
she's
that.
put some mustard on it for sure.
Golf is a white guy because that's
Just trying it out.
predominantly white sport.
The first thing he thinks to do is golf. That is so funny.
You have a pack of teas as well? Good deal, good deal.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh, terrible. I talk to people that I wouldn't normally talk to. Oh, you got a pretty good stroke going there, so I come over to see what you're doing here, so I can try to straighten my game like that. So there you go. You know, we're shopping for clubs, so we're just interested to see what kind of clubs you're using.
Yeah, I
over
had
there,
these
so.
custom made at some little shop down in Burbank.
Oh, okay. I feel very accepted as if I was one of their own. Appreciate your time. Your name?
I'm John.
John Brian White.
Brian White, white man.
First time as a black girl.
Brian White man. Oh, they went down to Crenshaw.
Going undercover in the black world is amazing.
Black world? It's the world, sweetheart. It's the world.
See, Lee was trying to holler.
What?
Holler means he's trying to go out with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was liking you, like digging the way you look. You know. Look at you trying to get a boyfriend.
When I'm in black makeup,
She's
I
in
wasn't,
for the best
scared.
weekend of her
If
life.
anything, I was like, I look black. People regarded me as a black girl. It was selling.
I needed a pair of shoes, so I went shopping.
The way they make him walk, too.
As a white guy, I'm relaxed when I'm shopping. I put on my white makeup and I'm having fun.
Okay, answer questions for you.
I like these two here.
Okay.
Kind of like that one better.
What size do you wear?
11. And then the most amazing thing happened. The guy actually took my foot and put it in the shoe and put a shoehorn in the back to make sure my foot slide in.
He's never
Yeah,
experienced
does that not happen? That's fucking crazy.
This kind of shoe should be pretty comfortable right from the start.
I have never in my life had someone, you know, they come out and give me my shoe, but I've never had anyone actually unlace it, open it, shoehorn the back, and slide my foot into the shoe.
Is this what the white guys get? This all the benefits they get?
It's never happened to me.
Maybe it's just a golf shop. Maybe you've just never been to a golf shop.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. Also,
really good.
I have it done.
I was like, wow.
it's a white guy doing it.
Yeah.
So like,
Also, I don't think I've been shoehorned in.
I've never been shoehorned.
I also fucking.
I've never bought golf shoes before.
Yeah.
My family's gonna be living with the white.
Yeah, no one fucking shoehorns you in at like the van store.
They should though. Those are the worst shoes to wear to the airport.
Oh yeah, dude, they're terrible.
They take forever to take off.
Can I shoehorn in your etnies? I'll put them on myself.
I'm pretty much open-minded, just like, okay, let's just see what happened.
Thought, you know, yeah, I would hang out with Bruno.
No.
How'd you guys
Yeah, I don't
first
know.
saw each other?
Bruno's a mess. Too.
That was intense.
Yeah.
Was it?
I walk in, and he's this beautiful, warm black man. Fell in
With,
love.
again with warm.
Yeah, why did you keep saying?
Well, when I first met Carmen, I thought she's weird.
It's such a fetish. It's such a fetish for her.
Oh, totally.
Yeah,
Nick is
Like
very
she's gonna try to bang her actual husband.
Yeah.
Like her fucking name.
yeah.
Lock on the door. We don't want the black people stealing anything.
Hell yeah.
My mom and Bruno don't exactly.
He's like,
spend
"Can
a
I
lot of
keep that on
time with
TV?"
black people,
Yeah.
so I think
Can you make
some
sure
of
that
them
was heard
they
by the
might say
cameras?
they're wrong.
Yeah, don't think it's hilarious.
Let me run that again.
We're gonna help each other walk the walk and talk the talk.
All right, so we gotta help y'all pass black.
Yeah.
I was figuring I would walk in and just basically high five everybody.
Chappelle, the show couldn't have wrote a better line than that.
I just go in and break dance.
Walk.
What are you fucking?
Don't you think there's just some kind of the walk?
What it do, cuz?
Kind of how would a white guy
Like,
sort of,
what the hell?
straight,
What?
whereas a black is sort of like just a
Just a
little
little.
bit of roll.
That's not really bad.
It's just sort of
It's not
roll,
really bad.
You know, kind of.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do we really want to be like saying, okay, so that's what most black people do, therefore I should do it to blend in? Because I know that like all of us are trying to learn about the other race, but it's so much in the, like the language of stereotype. I don't know yet if I'm gonna
This
feel
girl's like the only one with
comfortable putting
I know.
half the intelligence to actually do this.
That's probably the
her
only
whole
part
family.
she shows people now. Is that one little part right there?
She's like, well, I know it's like about nuance and learning, you know, that everyone isn't the same. And her dad's like, I can jump higher now.
Yeah.
Like, wow, what
Yeah.
a piece of shit.
So, do I get a fur coat? Or where do I?
She's like, it's gonna be great to break down the socioeconomic differences between white and black.
Yeah. There's
He's
a
like,
big. Yeah.
I run fast now.
My cock has never been this big. My cock is huge. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, what lesson? There's no lesson, right?
Not with Bruno.
That's my favorite.
The lesson is don't do that.
Yeah, that's the best kind of content is where no lesson is learned.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we were talking about that. How Tarantino talked about Bill Murray versus Chevy Chase.
Oh yeah.
And he said he liked Chevy Chase movies better than Bill Murray movies because Chevy Chase never learns a lesson in a single movie. He's the same asshole at the end that he starts out as.
That's great.
And that's the greatest. That's the greatest thing in the world. I'm so glad. I want to know. I would love to do. If Ice Cube is still into this, he should do it. 20 year. How old is this? When was this?
I think this was 2006.
Yes, it's almost 20 years ago. Do like a 20-year reunion because I'm sure that I'm sure the Trump era really stirred Bruno up. Yeah, I'm sure in the summer of rioting, I'm sure Bruno has a lot to say about that.
If you're wondering, Bruno is now a painter and he lives in Santa Monica.
Okay,
We should go.
We
to
should
his
go hire
gallery.
him. Yeah, hire him to paint something.
Yeah, and by painting, he's covering up Kobe and Nipsey Hussle murals.
He's just got a big roller.
Yeah, he's got a big roller.
That's so.
Oh man! All right, let's see what happens.
There is a difference.
You guys should
in the
buy
black
a
and white.
fucking Bruno painting and hang it up around here.
We should. I was like, what she want? Why she bothering me? Why she asking me all these damn questions? You know, some black people be like, damn, why you want to know all that? Why you all in my
I
business?
think I asked too many questions.
No. I mean, just don't go in there, friendly, highly ho neighbor. You know, that's curious. As I say.
Flanders.
Hell yeah, y'all very curious. So y'all do a lot of things that everybody don't do. I'll give you all the white things that you do, and then you'll say curious. A tornado coming by. A white person coming behind it in a truck. Now it's a legitimate profession.
Hey, this is my act.
Storm chasing.
This guy's doing my act. I do the white people chase tornadoes bit.
That's white.
He did it better than
Pause it real quick, though.
Generally.
Here's the thing he's missing, though. Tornadoes only hit white places. That's the secret about
That is
tornadoes.
true, yeah. Fucking like
Kansas,
Podunk, Kansas, yeah.
Iowa.
Like, yeah. Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, hurricanes are more of a mixed race.
Yeah, hurricanes.
disaster.
Yeah, they'll go.
They're like, hey, we're all about diversity.
Yeah, we'll hit Tampa as much as we'll hit New Orleans, as much as we'll hit fucking Alabama. We don't give a fuck. Yeah,
We'll go up to New York sometimes, dude. We do it all.
Being black is a very subtle thing, you know. Where the head comes,
he is the most uncomfortable human being.
California
California is just such a treasure trove of unaware people.
Oh, dude, it's beautiful.
It's so funny.
The goal of the meeting now is to talk about the idea of racism and how do we recognize in other people what they are seeing in us
Brian
when we are
Nosek.
in different skins.
It'll be interesting, and I'm sure it'll
a
happen.
race
where
relations
I'll be in black,
moderator.
and
dude.
I'll
What
get
do they-
some
How
attitude
often does that guy
from
work?
I
white
mean,
guy.
now, it shouldn't be a white.
And
That should
I won't have
not be a white
all
job.
the history and resentment
Yeah, it doesn't seem
that
like-
the black man has, and I'll be able to.
He only takes the white
just,
side.
mentally
Yeah.
spar
It's the
with
worst.
them. And go, hey, nigga, I won't get angry. I'll just
Did you
kind
see
of
that
smile
flinch
to
in his
myself and
eyes?
go,
Like he almost
I
jumped
understand
across
that.
the table and beat the shit out of him.
My jaws clench up. It resonates with me, and I know it's just a word, but what I had to go through growing up, that word still gets me. It's powerful.
There couldn't be less self-awareness in his eyes.
Say, hey,
He just said the N-word in a Tommy Bahama shirt.
It's always the Tommy Bahama shirt guy. They throw the N-word around.
Yeah, they think they're like a Jimmy Buffett hippie. They're like just the most racist human. It's like you're a racist who drinks cocktails.
Yeah, exactly.
You drink a margarita.
I love everybody. We should build the wall, but I love everybody.
I love cruises.
You never think about. Like if I go into the mall as a black man, I'm gonna be looked at
Right. Or follow.
or followed.
Really? What if we're at a gathering, all of us are having dinner
The
together,
Juggalo
and there's
gathering.
pretty much equal blacks and whites, and then the whites leave and y'all start jiving.
Jiving.
See, that's white. That's very white.
Is it really?
No, get down, mama. That's pass the grits and chicken. That's John.
Jiving. This is like just The Office.
Today, Carmen and I are going to be black people in a focus group of all black people.
It'll be a panel of black people talking about race and racism.
And the great thing about this is, he's going to speak up so much. He wants to be heard all the time. He's not going to watch and observe and learn at all.
He's got real, like he could be a Rachel Dolezal.
Black panel.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
He would advance.
Yeah, you take over his local NAACP chapter.
Yeah, exactly.
It was great. I knew that Brian was behind the two-way
Did they go
mirror,
darker
and he'd
for
give me
this?
some advice on how to be
Yeah, I
black.
know. It
Sort
seems
of-
like it.
Sort of just kick back. Don't have great posture. Lean to one side and sort of slouch in the chair.
Oh, he's the worst human being.
mindful
He really
of
is. He's so bad.
Not being overly inquisitive.
What do you see today as the biggest
Look
difference
at the posture
between
this
being
guy
black
has.
and white in
Perfect
America?
posture.
I think of white for ethnocentric.
Yeah, everyone's like sitting up and he's
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I
know. He's got
one guy.
He's got both his feet behind his head.
That's different.
He's smoking a cigarette.
I don't want to.
Sitting like a Cirque du Soleil.
It's kind of like as long as we assimilate and do what they do, we're okay. But if we're kind of like off on the side doing our own
Do they
thing,
know that they're in
we might be
blackface
able to
like the other black
No,
people?
no, it wouldn't work with
That's
that.
just the way
Yeah.
it is. This
God, what do you
world
think?
is
What do you
dominated.
think would
He's
happen
already
if they
mad.
found out?
You see, the Michael Scott is
I don't
already
think
like
any
the
way
wheels are
that we'll
turning.
ever be considered equal.
Because they just talk at you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a grown man, you be having them talk, hey, get over there, hey, get this, pick that up, hey, get over here, It's like, wait, I'm a man. They don't even talk to their kids like that.
There's a world there that I got to have an eye-opening.
She's listening.
Yeah.
It was pretty amazing.
Yeah, he's like getting ready to rebut.
Bruno is waiting to talk.
Yeah.
And boy, is it good when
Yeah,
he
he does. let's see some of
There's a lot
these
of
fat
controversy
asses
about
I've been
the
hearing
N-word,
about.
Who can use it, whether it should be used at all. Who has experienced an intentional attempt to
Oh, he's gonna
disrespect
lie.
you by using that term? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Oh, yeah.
Have you had experiences like that?
Yeah, I used to work as a doorman at a disco, you know, and if somebody came up intoxicated or didn't have the right dress on, you know, they say, come on, you know, or, you know, a lot more hostile than that. And I just, you know, yeah, that's right, I'm there. And, you know, it just wouldn't affect me. And that would be the end of the conflict.
This guy's like, what?
They can sniff it out, dude. Pause it real quick. I've had this experience with juggalos. I was at a Occupy Oakland protest, and the juggalos were protesting at Occupy Oakland too.
That's great.
And they were all going woo woo, and then everybody would go woo woo, back and forth, right? And then so I go, let me try this, and I did woo woo, and I got nothing back.
They like knew. They're like, that was a fucking
yeah.
look at this
Subcultures,
poser.
yes, cultures can weed out the fucking posers.
That's hilarious.
And the way he just had no confidence when he was saying that word, and the way he said it, everybody sniffed it out right away.
That one dude is like, I think I'm crazy, but I think that's a white guy in
Yeah,
blackface.
yeah. What if he just Austin
There's
Powers
no way.
him?
There's
That's
no
not
way.
a black man, baby. And he punches him in the face, and pulls his wig off, wipes his face off.
It's crazy because you would never be able to imagine that they put a white guy in blackface in front of you like this.
What? There's no way.
Yeah.
It's like, what is happening?
Yeah, the unintended consequences that they made everybody else like crazy, absolutely insane.
I think, I know, I'm going to sound fucking insane, but I think that was a white guy in blackface. I'm sorry, I just had a fucking, I
It
don't
doesn't
know.
make
I don't
sense
know.
though. Why would I be in a focus group? I don't understand why they would do it, but I just had this feeling. It's just like the Joker. He's like sitting at a table. Is it just me, or is it getting crazier and crazier out there? Yeah, I truly. Oh man! All right, keep it going.
All you derogatory names is so that they can inflame you. If you don't empower the people that call you the N-word by getting upset, you win. And the idiot that just called you that doesn't have any power.
Ugh.
They say when I'm not in the room, but I'll actually be in the room.
She's walking like a white woman.
My name is Brian.
If I wanted to walk like a white guy, I would just
like that.
take a
I like
wad of
fixing things
toilet
with my
paper and
hand.
I would shove it in my asshole. Yeah, because that's the walk. Like there's something in your ass.
How prevalent is racism still in today's society?
You know, I want to think that everybody is treated equally, and you know what? They're not.
I had an experience where I was managing
a girl who was black, and she had the worst attitude.
I did not expect that turn.
Yeah, right. I know.
So bad.
She seems like she was
Joanne.
Like, seemed like she was on the fucking on their side.
Is this Joanne of Joanne Fabrics? She's just making clan robes now. That's how they started. Joanne Fabrics started as an independent business in Tennessee in 1912.
And my friend tipped him and said, put a tip in the jar and said, "Thank you, brother." And the guy said, "Watch how you say that."
Only black people can call themselves brother or even the N-word.
I don't look at a black person and say, "I want to do harm." But sometimes there's these innate things that I think have been taught that, you know, I shake someone's hand that's black and my instinct is to wipe it or something. I am very conscious of it.
Where do you find these?
About it.
It's crazy.
First of all,
That's fucking insanity.
What a self-report.
that is the most insane thing. Will you throw me that vape real quick? I need to fucking Jesus Christ. But also, like, I was a guy who would sign up for focus groups because I needed $75 to eat a burrito filled with whatever the fuck pill they put in the burrito. But these are unemployed human beings who live with their parents who are there for $50. And this is their opinion on black people.
Well, yeah, it makes sense. We're not going to see some very nuanced opinions from these fucking losers.
Focus groups are literally, they went on Craigslist and it said, hey, $50 to participate in this focus group. And then they're just letting it rip. Like, I just can't imagine living that lifestyle. Also, this is such a perfect, like, I understand, like, MySpace was around then, but it wasn't like it is now. Where like I think people self-censor more now in all situations.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
like
you know?
worried just in case someone's recording or some shit. You know?
Yeah.
Like
There's
they're
not
fucking-
There's not a lot of people who would just like that guy. I bet now would not let it rip like that.
Definitely not.
Like, no, I want to wash my hand after.
I don't know what it is. It's just an instinct. That doesn't make it better.
That's not instinct. I'm sorry, sir. That's not what an instinct is. An instinct
is like being hungry.
Yeah, it's breathing. It's reproducing.
Yes. Yeah. It's not being like, oh, I need a towel.
Yeah, it's not.
Every time you
I
touch
think
a black
darker
person.
people are disgusting. That's not an instinct. What evolutionary survival tactic does that serve?
Where did that come from?
All right, let's keep going. I love this guy.
It's work to switch that around.
When he said that, I was like, wow.
The guy just shaking when he was telling us that. You could tell that really bothered him.
I knew
But some of
that
them, I
racism
can figure like
was
some of the other
there,
white people would be
and
like, Jesus
I thought
Christ, dude.
I was prepared
No
for
one's like.
everything, but
Also,
I'm actually
how funny is
donned
it
the
that
white
every
makeup.
other person in the show just wants to listen, and Bruno just wants to talk?
Bruno's great, dude. Real A-type.
Those focus groups were really eye-opening.
I look forward to having someone say, hey, nigga, you know, you're a
Again!
son of a bitch. I hate you,
He's-
nigga. And expect
he's
me to get
dying
all
for it.
freaked out about it. And I just look at him and go, gee, why did you call me that? And that
This
would
is.
be the
Will you
end
pause
of
it real quick? This is that same part of the brain where conservatives like fantasize about somebody breaking into their house so they can shoot them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's that same part of the brain where it's like they pray for this like certain kind of conflict that validates their weird fucking insecure fantasies.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean? Like he desperately. How insane is it to not be like, man, I would love to find out that people just treat me great. That's like, why isn't that what he's fantasizing
Yeah.
about? He's like, I'm fantasizing about a cop coming up to me and putting a gun in my back. And I can be like, well, that's your problem, not mine.
I'll just be the bigger man and walk away.
I'll run away at a 4.340. All right, anyway, keep
When we were in the focus group, it was interesting that out of the whole group, Bruno used the word
Yeah.
nigger.
With the ER? Yeah.
He was the first one to say.
They like that.
First one to
Like
say
it. I don't know why.
It's like, where did that come
He said it in the race relations meeting. He said it at the
think
focus
that's
group,
most
and then he
white
said it in the
people,
car
not all,
leaving the focus
love
group.
to say.
And at the meeting before he was in blackface.
That's what I mean. Yeah, yeah.
Have any
And
repercussion?
2 times in the car, 2 times.
Yeah.
So that's 6 at least, right?
Yeah.
You know he's getting.
You know they're not cutting them out though, because
Yeah.
Ice Cube's like leave every one of those in.
Now that we've got the basics,
Look at the
knowing where we are,
I know.
and as
The
far as
little ads on the
I
bottom.
totally focus on the black perspective on issues of race. Very curious to see if I am reacted to differently as Black Bruno than I am as White Bruno.
Is he trans Bruno now? Trans black Bruno.
Bruno's my dead
I
name.
want to see if I can
I'm going to
identify
prove
with
that
other
sexual
black
assault
kids
never
and
happens.
learn about their culture.
I'm going as a woman now.
I was so wrong. Oh God.
We teach poetry workshop. There's so many beautiful poems out there, but they're not performed right. We teach performance and writing skills.
I like to write poetry, and I've never learned how to. I've written it myself.
If you write poetry, we're like, oh, you're in the house.
I'm really
Slam
excited
poetry is one of the lamest things
I want to know what
that
it's
has
like
ever
to be
happened in
black. I want
Earth.
to immerse
Fucking
myself.
to go watch slam poetry.
Like in my head.
Or in your head, or do you have any written?
That you would have memorized.
The producers, though, are genius for making her have to take a slam poetry class with
Yeah.
all other black students.
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
in blackface.
No, it's brilliant programming.
That's one of the meanest things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. They also I don't know if it's in this episode, but they make her freestyle. Not poetry, but hip hop freestyle.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Remember that?
no, she chooses to.
Oh.
That's great.
They're hanging out, and she puts they put the music on, and the people are freestyling. She's like,
Everybody else gets like a standing O, and then it's dead silent after she That's a different episode, though, right?
Yeah.
How many
Is it the
episodes did
same?
they get out of this?
So there's 6. The 6th one is kind of wrapping it up and whatever, but every episode they somehow find a new way for Bruno to be racist. He's constantly evolving in every episode to be more racist.
He's like not learning. He's doing the opposite.
Yeah.
He's like,
Like in episode 4, if maybe one day we can watch episode 4, he reveals that years ago he made his own hip hop song.
Okay.
And he made a music video
Also,
by himself.
is it in this episode where he details the racist experience he had on the basketball team?
Oh, the origin story.
So, like,
Yeah.
is that in this episode?
I don't think so. I don't think
So, but basically, the point is like, the black family will share, the real one will share experiences like involving the law enforcement and like these horrible stories. And then he had like one guy say a mean thing to him on a basketball court when he was the only white guy on the court.
Yeah.
And in his mind, these are just equal stories. So he's like, yeah, I dig.
He said that all the black guys on the team decided not to pass him the ball during a game.
Yeah.
He was excluded one time.
That's the same as not getting a job, being arrested,
being
followed
terrified
in a
you
store.
might get killed and like up and fucking pull over.
Yeah. Or hearing that the other race wants to wash their hands after they shake your hand. That's the smallest thing in this show that they've experienced, and that's way worse than not getting a ball passed to you on a court. That's so funny. God, I mean, this show, what if we found out the real true point of this show was Ice Cube was actually just trying to do a show to expose Italians?
We have it hard too as Italian people.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, dude.
Yeah. I wish I could bring out one of my junior high yearbooks because every name is like De Pietro. It's like everything is either Italian or French that I grew up with. And it's like interesting when you come out, like I didn't grow up around a lot of people. Like my name is like pretty British, Vokey.
Yeah.
But like Simon's, although that's Jewish, isn't it? Are you Jewish?
Yeah. My name is it's like a, it was Polish and they changed it because they were like, it was like Zubnitsky or some shit. And they're like, oh my God, that's so hard to read. Simon.
It's not even close.
I just changed it.
It's not even
a little bit.
Because usually it's like a little close. Like
no, they're like,
if it was like
too many pulls. Simon. There you go. Welcome to America.
That's so funny.
That's how my family became British.
Yeah, like out here in California, like a lot of, like when the other white people have like British last names.
Yeah, dude, it's all like Hawaiian and Filipino last names, and some Hawaiian last names are like 40 letters long, because they mean all these like these long words, and you like put in like other stuff from your older family and all this shit. And
Hawaiian's a language, right?
Yeah. And so my buddy Kaylee, his real name is like 40 letters long, and so they can only put like 20 letters of it
on the driver's license.
Yeah, and so it ends at a weird place. Like it's fucking.
It'd be like if your name it said Willie Simon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like fucking. It's like that. Yeah, there's always a lot of the Filipino kids had and like some of the Micronesian kids too. They would like, you see in Micronesia, you grow up watching some American stars and stuff, So you're like, oh my God, I'm going to name my kids after these American stars. And so we'd fucking see people's school IDs and you're like, your name is Eddie Murphy? Like one word, Eddie Murphy?
Yeah. My name's Shrek.
I'm Michael Jordan. Nice to meet you. You'd be like, oh, that's a good name, dude. I love it. Michael Jordan's great.
You're a substitute teacher. You're doing roll call. It's like SpongeBob SquarePants. Is SpongeBob
Like the
SquarePants
fucking
here?
Seth Rogen call-a-thon.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy here. James Franco.
Michael
vice
Jackson.
president.
Is there a Michael Jackson?
It's like fucking Madame Tussauds or whatever.
Yeah. A wax museum. Yeah. Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, Tommy Lee Jones. That's one guy.
I've got an assignment, and I'm downright feeling.
So they know she's white.
Yeah.
I've never tried to do slam poetry. It's scary for me to know that I've got so much potential to fail.
Anything that'll like speak about you or something that you can memorize.
Well, I can
That's a
always do one
wild thing to
tonight.
say. That's revealing.
Yeah, right.
Let me get the case ready.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate your time.
What do we do, honestly, what do we do to our air business today?
It's kind of interesting. I was on the lot no more than 20, 30 seconds before somebody would notice me and come right over to me.
What if you don't have such good credit?
Like, man, the service is so great when you're a black guy.
He's adding to the narrative by saying, what if you don't have good credit, though? Like, he's...
Didn't seem to me that anyone...
It would be more interesting if he had all his ducks in a row and was treated differently.
Yeah.
If he's like, I have a gun.
Hey, wait a minute.
It's unregistered. I have really bad credit.
Are you trying to tell me Bruno's a bad scientist?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What have you learned so far?
I think my baby mother will like this.
I learned that, as a black man, I buy my shoes. They just hand me the shoe and say, here, try it on. But my first day as a white guy, I go and buy some shoes. They take my foot and put it in the shoe. I bought golf shoes out of a golf
Then he
pro
sucked
shop
me
before.
off.
I'm not saying that.
And then he high-fived me and said, we both hate black people. I guess they're all like this.
At the car dealership, as a black man, what I experienced is I'm getting the reaction from people that I usually get as white Bruno. And that's telling me a lot.
From what I hear from you, I don't feel that you're getting the experiences that I go through on a daily. Bruno's been white all his life until these last few days. So he doesn't know what to look for or what
He
to
also
expect.
doesn't
If
know
you're
how to
not used
wash
it in your
off that
daily life,
white
then
confidence.
you're not
Yeah, yes, you know what I mean?
What if I have bad credit?
It's the most insane thing to say.
Always on my mind as a black man.
What I totally believe is it's the individual.
Now, I got a couple of alimony cases. Is that going to show up as
I'm
debt?
wanted for murder.
I'm going to show everybody courtesy.
Can I still
I'm gonna
buy a
deal
car here or no?
With life the way Bruno does, and I'm going to appear black. My theory is it starts with personal responsibility.
There it is.
Get out of it.
There it is.
Finally, you just got to pull yourself by your bootstraps.
Yeah, Bruno straps.
To be assaulted by racism. And maybe that's a huge difference. They're so aware of the fact that they are black and that they are separate and they are different.
Well, you said, you guys are going to get a lot more out of this than I am because, you're going to be black and I'm going to be white.
Right.
Okay, well, you said it was going to happen. So far, I'm kind of waiting for somebody to go, hey,
Again. How many times he said he's been waiting for that?
I really don't think that Bruno's getting the black experience yet.
I love the
sure
twitch in that guy's face every time he says it. He wants to
See it
dive.
fucking short-circuiting.
Yeah. You remember in Who Framed Roger Rabbit when he's tapping on the wall, da 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 da, and Roger Rabbit's like, and he busts through the wall.
Every time Bruno says the N-word, the other guy just gets fucking tinnitus ring.
I'm into a poetry thing, and I don't have anything memorized yet, and I would have liked to. I do, and to me, you can never have enough.
Is this her regular clothes? Does she always dress like a Syrian refugee? Is that how she?
Yeah, fucking fleeing Aleppo.
Yeah, I know. Who wears a fez?
Any race.
I know.
I can't. You guys can't miss this part. It's so funny. They're going around in a circle saying their name and their favorite artist. Someone was like Dave Chappelle. Someone said like a rapper or something.
You know JB Ball? Pause it. You know JB?
Yeah.
I just did JB Ball's podcast, and beforehand, it's like a game show, and beforehand, he goes, just tell me your favorite band, your favorite movie, and your favorite band, your favorite movie, and your favorite TV show. And I was like, oh, God, because I'm so painfully white. Yeah. I'm like, just,
knock him in the middle.
Yeah, Sopranos. I said Sopranos. My favorite band is The Band. My favorite movie is Kill Bill. It's really Annie Hall, but I can't say that anymore. I felt like such a honky.
And that's the difference too, being like feeling white and feeling like a honky.
Oh yeah,
There's
yeah.
a big difference.
Yeah, dude, it took 3 points off my fucking handicap just answering that question. All right.
I'm talking about Malcolm Gladwell in a circle. I'm feeling like a honky. I feel like shit.
Hey, Blessed. I'm an avid Michael Jackson fan.
My name is Jonathan. My favorite performer is Dave Chappelle.
My name is Rose, and my favorite entertainer, I kind of love the Cranberries. So,
The Cranberries. Diverse.
Yeah, exactly, definitely.
You only have one opportunity to make a first impression. So my first impression.
So I'm going to lead with the
I love the
Cranberries.
What was that?
Whenever we do our poems, we have to stand up. Okay.
I wouldn't tell like a group of white people my favorite band is the Cranberries. I wouldn't tell anyone.
Telling me to escape this. There's so many far before me with more life stories of prison and death. I'll take a deep ass breath. What is this that torments my existence? That removes the joy in every single instant.
Whoa. Who got the idea that I was ready for this? I felt like a lamb in a lion's den.
Jesus, these analogies are always so brutal. I'm like a pure white lamb in really nice merino wool. And they're like blood-covered carnivore predators.
Every single thing, everything she says is like, I love hanging out, but I'm just so scared all the time.
And I'm hoping to God
terrified.
that this sounds black.
Okay. Thank you. Many words, my life, the so simple complexities of a human psyche. To even relish in my thoughts, my skin to his. My touch returned. A mutual undulation of want and reciprocal acceptability and performance. A ritual so profound, the taste of sex. The body, flush with hot and sticky fantastic, a basket of unbroken fruit, a dripping bouquet of red, ripe woman. The pulp of the soul spread lavishly over the human chemistry. When discovery...
God damn! Everybody's like, this fucking sucks.
Those Nick Cave lyrics?
I felt that you were nervous. So this.
You have a lot of big words. I don't get, and you have to know your audience and know that if you're speaking to an audience of people, that not everybody's going to understand.
I
what
disagree with
you're
what
talking
she's saying, but
Yeah.
I still
was hard.
think that was
Yeah, you
awful. That was fucking
Yeah.
dog shit. The problem wasn't the big words.
Yeah.
That's kind of insane to be like, you should assume your audience are morons.
Yeah, you should never hold your audience to any kind of standard.
No, the criticism should be that she didn't know what half those words meant.
Yeah,
The one who wrote it.
Yeah.
The kid.
Poetry I've heard in a long time. Everything was just from the heart. Racism, prejudice, black lifestyle came up a lot because they were talking about being black.
So did you get up and say anything?
I did. But here I am in front of everybody, and I'm like, I hope it at least is black enough to get through this class. Like,
You know what? If I'd have got in there for the first time, I would have done
I was like shaking my socks.
Yeah, that's courage. Rose has a good head on her shoulder, and I think Bruno can take a page from Rose's book and learn.
They cut to Bruno dead staring at her.
The only way I feel okay being in there is if I work my ass off. They're doing something like
Bruno's texting race trader under the table to her.
I don't know how I'm feeling right now.
Remember where your bread gets buttered, bitch.
And something went wrong. Like, if they found out that I was white, somebody's not going to feel cool about it.
I don't want to go in there again and do what I did. Just don't.
Bruno barges in. I'm still waiting for somebody to call me a...
How whites are treated differently than black people. My generation now, we really don't see all that. We just see people. As long as you cool with us, then we cool with you.
Oh my goodness, check it out. Oh my God. Amazing.
I'm gonna be white
So
today,
funny.
so I
That's honestly,
wasn't
that's
gonna
the first thing I would do if I like got into blackface. I'd just go see all my friends.
Yeah. To see how well he blends in with white.
Hey, Brian, Tony, you guys want to hang out? I just show up and
See which friends run from you.
Yeah, why is Brian wiping his hands a lot? I don't know. That's weird.
I've never seen him use hand sanitizer.
Basically, it teaches you
Really
how
got
to
that
eat at
close,
fancy
huh?
restaurants and how to greet people and be polite.
So the white thing they're making him do is take an etiquette class.
Okay. Like finishing school?
I don't know what that is.
Okay. You eat
The answer is
from
yes.
the inside, the outside. Yeah. Remember, when your mom used to feed you, it was like this?
Yes.
Okay, you guys are grown-ups now.
I actually don't think Nick is enjoying himself at all.
Yeah. Are you enjoying yourself?
Yeah. What's fun about learning how to eat soup like a fucking king? That's so boring.
Like a fucking like an oligarch.
Yeah.
Then I got into some conversation with a guy.
There you go.
It was so easy because they thought I was so white up in there. I just asked him a simple question. What is the neighborhood like?
Yeah, well, this is pretty much a white area, so you won't have any problems.
Oh, okay. Fit right in.
I grew up in this neighborhood, and this is one of the last somewhat unaffected bastions of middle-class Caucasian America, inside Los Angeles. Most of the cities around this area have changed significantly. This is the one that's almost like it's been insulated for some reason.
Wow, I kind of got that feel when I came through this neighborhood.
And the neighbors want it to stay that way.
Exactly.
They don't want a lot of change. They don't want a lot of building. They don't want a lot of immigration because they've seen what's happened in the peripheral communities.
Pause it real quick.
It's taken
You know what this revealed about me when they said the bar was in La Crescenta? I was like, oh, I really like La Crescenta. I swear to God, because I have a friend who has a house up there, and she's not fully, she's half Mexican, half white, but she lives in La Crescenta, and I've been up there many times, and I'm like, man, it's a really nice part of LA. I had no idea I was eating right out of that fucking hand. I had no idea that I was
fucking around. Man, I really like the ethnic makeup of this neighborhood. I mean, it's nice.
Well, you know, it's funny. I think what she told me is that they film, like, whenever they do like a period piece, like the 50s, they go up there, La Crescenta, and they film around there because that downtown strip looks like 1950.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was on purpose. Like, I didn't know it was like, this is the last time the country was awesome. Like, I didn't know that was the vibe they were going for. All right, keep going. I love Bruno shows up in the scene, right?
He just
I don't think
went
so in
on
this
and on.
scene.
This is the last
You're talking about the
little
scene at the
white
winery.
community.
Yes.
We want to keep it like this. In other words, this will be the place for you to move and bring your white family if you want to have your kids raised in a good neighborhood.
This area up here has somehow remained untouched. So,
Touched.
I know.
so
Keep
if you're
saying
looking for a safe place to raise your kids, you
it's a
can't do
bastion.
better than this, I
Yeah.
That's the word he used.
Of course, I wouldn't get that kind of information.
It's like never-ending
Because he
stories.
thought I was
Sebastian.
white. He had that comfort zone. He spilled his guts. I was really blown away for him to say all that to me. It was tough. I know there is some people like that, but you want to think of this as a much better place.
Dude, this is kind of how I live. Where I'll have people just trash Mexican people to me, and I'm Mexican, and it's
he's like,
hardcore.
oh, great.
For us today, Bruno, is I want to walk down the street, you nice black
I'm a
guys,
fan of your people.
I want a white
Yeah,
woman
Mexicans
to
rule.
Thank you.
clutch the purse real
I'm a
quick,
fan of your
or
people, the white
not
side.
Look at you and hello. I want to be in the store, and I want security to, snoop around.
Bruno tries to make light of my experiences of racism. It's very important to me that he sees what blacks deal with on a daily basis.
My buddy from that I play ball with.
Here we go.
Scott. And he's 6'7", a big guy. And
We know what 6'7" means.
And he says, I've never experienced racism.
I don't want to, go away like, that guy just looking for racism. He just walks into a place.
To be honest, I think it's a mixture. I think when somebody reacts to you in a certain way, you do kind of look for it, and you never know why they're reacting to you in that way. Maybe they do hate black people, or maybe they just, their husband slapped them that morning.
When you're black and you're black on
What?
when
Example.
it's a bitter person, a bad day.
Maybe they hate black people. Maybe they're viciously beaten by their spouse.
And negate
Those are the only two things.
Way to make a huge victim out of the racist.
Great, but I just debate is what I look for. I have no problem.
As a matter of fact, you and I will be shopping, and you can go check out the person over there.
Just be
and I'll
receptive.
check it
That's
out.
all I ask.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And you can even point it out to me.
Okay.
All right. All right.
He's a demon, dude.
Yeah, dude, Bruno's it's a problem.
What if he just hauled off and punched him in the face as hard as he could?
More nervous. The whole class was scary to me because it was something so foreign. So I decided that I'm gonna
Just walk in there like, why not? I'm me, that's that, period. Conquer some fear. Why not?
Okay, ready?
I could think of a few reasons why not.
Concentration is the game. Keep the rhythm, or you'll be out the game. Topic is colors.
Purple.
Brown.
Black. Yellow.
Silver.
Off-white.
Off-white?
What?
Eggshell. Crema.
I'm not about to go into a place and pretend that I know what I'm doing.
I love her second
But
color
if for
was
some reason
black.
I start changing
black.
and growing and learning in a different way that I didn't expect,
That's because
I'll let
she's
it
just
happen.
horny as fuck for
And
these
I
black
started to realize that
dudes.
it
You know
did
she
feel
is.
real, and it made me feel like now I've got some friends on board,
It's like
and that I
acid
needed.
dancing.
Wait, but look at how everybody else is dancing.
everyone's
They're all
fucking-
bad dancers.
Yeah. The
That's bad
2000s was-
dancing.
2000s, no one really knew how to move at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Find out whether we can roam freely without excessive paranoia.
His fake teeth are
I'm going to be
insane.
polite and respectful as I am to everybody, and I expect that they will be the same to me. I can't imagine somebody actually being rude to me or saying rude things. Or I don't anticipate that at all.
I hope you do get the experience of seeing that they're watching you a little bit different. You get a little slower service. They don't give a shit whether you buy this or that, or you do get some looks. You can be the most pleasant person in the world, and it still could
I wonder how this is edited. I wonder if he really is just not looking at him when he's talking.
Yeah.
He literally stares at the ceiling when other people talk.
And we'll see if something blows me off and how I handle it.
That's bullshit. You're
right.
sitting there and you want to sit on the little lily white pedestal and say shit is not
Why is
happening
the
in the
house
world.
they're
That's
in
bullshit.
shaking so
I hear
much?
you. No,
I feel like they're in like a trailer. Like a RV.
Like, what the fuck's happening? You say it's a bad day when I tell you that someone doesn't acknowledge my existence, or if I speak, they don't speak. Everybody have a shitty day on that particular day that nobody wants to speak, or I don't get good service, or it takes them too long to deal with me because I'm black. I've been black for damn 41 years almost. I know when I'm being
He's not looking at
No.
when somebody having a bad day.
He looks like Lawrence of Arabia.
You want to debate every goddamn thing that we sit up in here and say. And we're just trying to help you get the experience, but you won't get it.
We'll see what happens. I'm all eyes and all ears.
You really should hit it.
We'll see what happens.
And they just have to keep hanging out after that.
I would like for Bruno to just understand that it is a little bit more difficult being black in an all-white society than being white in an all-white society.
If you come into a place and you've got this resentment and this expectation of prejudice, it's going to find you. If you go in with an open heart and
They
love,
use fucking coal for his hands. He looked like a coal miner.
life is, I get joy because I put joy out. I don't get, suspicion.
I haven't seen any joy
because
in
I'm
this
not
guy.
looking
All
for
I've seen
that.
is hostility,
I'm not coming at it with
anger,
fucking chip on my
questioning.
Yeah.
And,
He hasn't smiled. He's
that's
been a
what I
victim
get
the whole
back from the
time.
world.
He just carries this knowing that people just don't like him.
You see what you want to see.
And you don't see what you don't want to see.
And that's the end of the pilot.
You know what he looks like when he's in blackface is Todd Glass.
He does.
Like black Todd Glass.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, wow, you're right.
Yeah.
Well,
wow, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was.
Did you not? Is that the craziest show you've ever seen?
There's 5 more episodes, all on YouTube.
All on YouTube,
Yeah,
black,
they're-
white.
black-
I also
yes.
downloaded them in case they got deleted.
So
Buy the DVD, $5 at Tyler's website.
I should sell it at the flea market. That would be sick.
Sell it as like Lion King, so like someone, like a little kid buys it.
Goddamn. Well, if you guys want to watch the other 5 episodes, go on YouTube or hit up Tyler at Tyler Gazar across social media platforms, and he'll send you a Dropbox link to Black White.
Yeah, if you want to watch, get in a group text of full of videos that none of his friends want to watch. What if you guys want to watch those videos? Just hit up Tyler.
I think we can just end it right there. This has been Concrete Kicks. Thanks to Willie Simon.
Yeah,
Willie, you got
thanks for
anything you want
having
them to know about? Two
Check
Dumb
out
Babies?
my podcast. It's Two Dumb Babies with Eric Friedman. We do new episodes every Tuesday. What else? I don't think I have a show or something coming up. I don't know. Check website williesimon.com for show dates and stuff.
Hell yeah, Tyler.
If you're in Bakersfield this Saturday, I'm doing a show.
This won't be out then.
Okay, never mind. You won't see me. I got nothing to plug.
Mr. Brian Vokey, I got shows in Phoenix, San Diego, Santa Barbara, Huntington Beach, Charleston, South Carolina, all over Los Angeles. Mr. Brian Vokey on Instagram. Check it out for all those dates. Thank you. Have a great time. Have a great time? Hold on. Let me do that again.
Stay black.